Now, given that background, I've talked about the great stuff of kale, how it can support your heart, but we also need to consider that kale, there are also some problems with kale. What are the problems with kale? And there are 4 issues to consider. Yes, Free Spirit says too much of anything is bad. It's about balance. Exactly. So there are problems with kale and there are 4 issues to consider. What are those 4 issues? Well, if you are prone to certain allergies, be aware that too much of kale can cause, in certain people, certain skin rash, hives, okay? Not in everyone, but be aware of that. If you see skin rashes coming, be aware of that. The next thing is goiter, thyroid. Vegetables like kale, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, very good for you, but they're known as goitrogens. If you have hypothyroidism, where your thyroid's already sort of working slow, and you eat lots of kale, too much kale, it's going to affect hypothyroidism. By the way, one way you can do that is there are seaweed, sea vegetables, support your hypothyroidism, and I could do a whole video on that. But you need to understand that you can have goiter issues or thyroid issues, okay? So that's a second issue that you need to be aware of. Kidney stones and oxalates, okay? What are oxalates? The green vegetables like spinach, I have to be very careful because not with oxalates, but spinach has something called solanine. I'll get inflammation, my body type. But oxalic acid gets produced from these things called oxalates. And if you are prone to kidney stones, be careful with eating too many green vegetables. I'm not saying don't eat greens, but be aware. That's another issue. And the third is digestive bloating. If you're already prone to get bloating, some people go on these raw food diets and they eat too much kale and they get bloating. And then it's hard to, frankly, metabolize food, okay? And people actually put on weight. So we have to be aware there are problems with kale, and these are the 4 issues that you should consider. So again, we want to take a systems approach here. Nothing is good or bad. It's all about the right medicine for the right person at the right time. Now, I want to talk to you about MV25 because here's an example of a product which I have here, which we use cytosolve. I'm going to take a quick break here because I want to get some water. And MV25 is a product where we really looked at all the bioflavonoids that were in nature, lots of them, and we modeled using cytosolve the molecular pathways of pain and inflammation and discomfort. And we used cytosolve to discover a very powerful combination of ingredients from natural source that allows us to discover something in a very scientific way. And let me just play this quick video on MV25.
Millions of people suffer every day from painful discomfort and swelling, but most pain medications come with harsh side effects, and many alternative supplements have little scientific backing. That's why we at CytoSolve created MV25. MV25 was formulated using the CytoSolve Computational Systems Biology Platform, a technology for precision and personalized health invented by Dr. Shiva during his doctoral research at MIT. This formulation is the result of computing trillions of potential combinations of biomolecular interactions derived from thousands of peer-reviewed scientific papers published across 4 decades by 68 research institutions to discover an optimal synergy of compounds that downregulate biomarkers of discomfort and normal swelling.
Hi, I'm Barbara Ann. My hands would cramp up so that I couldn't hold cards or knit or crochet, and they would go like that. And I'd have to use this when I played cards with my grandkids. And I started taking that MV25. After a bit, I was able to hold cards in my hand, very, very little cramping, hardly at all anymore. MV25.
Hi, my name is Sandy. I'm a Taekwondo instructor. I tore my ACL during Taekwondo. I had a lot of pain and limited mobility. I've been taking the MV25 for about 6 months now. After the first week, I noticed a big difference. After the second week, almost literally no pain.
My name is Jeremy, and I suffer from a lower back problem. Hurt my back at work years ago, and I can go to the chiropractor, do all kinds of different things, and nothing seems to help. And I decided to try MV25. I didn't notice a difference immediately, but within a few days, the pain went away, and it stayed away. I've continued to take it, and even when I do things that I shouldn't do, it seems to go away a lot quicker than it ever did before.
MV25 is certified clean, 100% non-GMO, made in America, and GMP certified for good manufacturing practices. MV25 is CytoSolve optimized, which means that this formula has been engineered to maximize benefits while minimizing toxicity based on current research curated by Cytosolve. As the science advances, so will this formulation. This is our promise. Order online at mv25.life. Consult your doctor before taking any supplement or medication and use as directed. MV25.
So what's very powerful about MV25 is here's an example where we use the technology, the same approach that we're using to share this knowledge with you to actually discover something. And we've been helping a lot of companies do this, but we decided to use our mathematical models to actually discover something. And it's out there. If you go to VA Shiva, you can go to the shop and you can get it right here. If you go to the shop up here and you can find the product, or you can go to mv25.life, whichever way you want to do it.